What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the stream. Hopefully you all had a great day yesterday, and I'm very excited for today, not just because the markets are finally turning green, but because I'm finally going to get to see Spider-Man No Way Home. It's been longer than I thought it would be, but other than that, good morning, guys. Welcome to the stream. Hope you're having a good one, and it's looking like we could see some green today. So we're going to start off looking at SPY. It's finally turned around. We've been falling for many days in a row, but before we do, good morning, Silver. Good morning, Midnight Run. I don't know if I've seen Midnight Run in the chat before. Good morning, Rocky Mountain Gobblers, Auto Codes, and Kitchener Leslie. What's up, man? What's up? Good morning, everybody. So you can take a look at this top left chart. The S&P has been falling for quite a while, and it looks like yesterday, around when we ended the stream, it started reversing. Pretty close to when we ended the stream. It started reversing. We've been on a straight line up since then. Things are looking good for the markets. Now, the other thing that's been on a straight line up, good morning, Greg Taylor, has been the national debt. Of course, we're going to just start off taking a peek. We're at 29 trillion, 221 billion, 945 million of national debt. I mean, we're in some of the last days that we're going to be able to say we're under 30 trillion of national debt. So maybe that'll come before 2021 ends. We'll see, because the Build Back Better bill is still trying to be pushed through. We'll see if that actually gets pushed through. We're going to talk about that in a second. And Travis Brusso, good morning. And Eric Manny C, what's up, guys? And good morning, Lillian, also. So there we go. We've got a bunch of the regulars in already. And I bet everybody is excited because the markets are turning around. Everybody wants to make some money today. So I think that's actually going to be a possibility, finally. It hasn't been over the past couple of days. We've just been moving down with the markets. Maybe some people have made some money, but here we go with an actual green day. Hopefully our accounts will be higher than they were yesterday. That's the hope. And good morning, Acorn Sucks, and Maria. Good morning, and Hero, and Zach Taylor. There we go. So we've got a couple of things to look at. There aren't too many economic events going on today. Mostly just gold indexes. Nothing too important. But I will say that tomorrow we actually have some interesting economic events. And sorry, today was weekly crude oil stock. Okay, so that's what we're looking at today, the weekly crude oil stock. But tomorrow, we've got some important numbers. We've got GDP coming out. We've got existing home sales. We'll pull up. So we've got GDP coming out 8:30 tomorrow. So keep an eye out for that. We'll cover that tomorrow. We've got consumer confidence coming out tomorrow also. I believe, is this also at 8:30? No, it's at 10. So we'll cover that too. We've got existing home sales coming out tomorrow at 10. So we've got a lot to cover tomorrow. There's not too many forecasts coming out today, and we've also got crude oil inventories coming out tomorrow as well. So there's quite a bit coming out tomorrow that could be shaking the markets up right in time for Christmas. Hopefully, it will be continuing us on this Christmas rally that it seems we've begun. Although I will point out the GDP, when that does come out, we have been negative a couple of times, or not negative, but lower than was expected. The past 6 times, out of the past 6 times, 4 have been worse than expected. 1 was meeting our expectations, and only 1 was positive. So it doesn't really bode well for what we're expecting tomorrow, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. And consumer confidence, unfortunately, over the past couple of months, you can see over here, has been on a bit of a downtrend. So people are not quite as confident in the markets as they have been over the past couple of months. We'll see. My hope is that will turn around in 2022, but unfortunately, it seems like inflation is probably going to start ramping up a little bit more. So we'll see what happens with the markets because of that. But there was something that I wanted to talk about, and we've got a couple more people in the chat. So good morning, Christopher Frank. All right, so there was something. It's looking like CNBC released this article, the top 5 things to know before the market opens. So the first one is basically, we've already talked about that. It's just that the markets are changing directions. So that's good stuff. The second is that the U.S. is to deploy troops to help hospitals distribute free COVID tests. So overall, we were looking at the COVID rate yesterday, and I'll pull that up again. So let's actually go to the CDC website. We had that. Here we go. I think this is it right here. No, that's not what I wanted. I want the chart. Of course, it's going to be difficult to find. Let's see here. Anyways, let's see if this does it. Here we go. This is what we wanted. This is it. Pretty much. Oh, jeez. It's not showing. Anyways, we can zoom in on this. We'll pull this up here. So, in fact, there we go. This is what we wanted. So basically, we were looking at the overall COVID cases, and we were noticing yesterday that they were starting to move back up. So overall, it's looking like this Omicron variant is starting to take its toll, and so the U.S. is deciding to do something about it. They're distributing more tests, so we should expect to see the test numbers moving up. At least we should see the case counts moving up because we're going to have more tests. We're going to have more knowledge of who has been infected, so we're going to see probably more cases coming in soon. And the CDC has officially said that Omicron is the dominant variant in the U.S. So interesting stuff. I guess we should have expected it to happen. It seems like this one is a little bit more virulent than some of the other strains. So overall, not ideal. Not ideal because we are moving in an upwards direction case count-wise. That could bode ill for the economy come early 2022, especially, I got rid of the chart there showing the case counts, but especially if we go up to the all-time highs of cases, that could be bad. Now, overall, probably not the most important thing, as long as we have good treatment methods. And, I'm no expert on it, so don't take my word for it, but it seems like the markets have kind of written off the pandemic for the most part, right? It doesn't seem to be the most impactful, definitely not as impactful as it used to be in the past, because even when we had cases rising due to Delta, the markets weren't really tanking all that much. Now, something that could really affect the markets is that the Senate plans a January vote on the Build Back Better bill, despite Senator Joe Manchin opposing the bill. So Joe Manchin is a Democrat, but he's a moderate Democrat. He typically goes. He typically votes with Republicans. At least oftentimes he's been basically a tough vote to get on Democrats' side for these spending bills. He doesn't like spending very much, which I think is a good thing. I prefer the government do less spending. So Joe Manchin, all in all, seems like not the worst senator to have in the Senate. Because he doesn't want to do a ton of spending, and he's showing that with the Build Back Better bill. He said he opposes it. He's not going to vote for it. And it doesn't look like Democrats have the votes necessary to pass this thing without him. So we'll see what happens. Maybe a Republican can flip. Who knows what's going on? Maybe they'll convince him in the final hour. But we'll see if they can pass that Build Back Better bill in January. It seems like they're trying to get a vote through anyways, despite not having him on their side. So we'll see. And the last thing that CNBC thought was important was that Nikola, if you guys don't remember what Nikola was, it was an EV company that went public via SPAC a while ago, and it pumped up massively. I'll pull up the chart, actually, over here in the top left, NKLA. It pumped up massively when it IPO'd, and you can see, I think maybe we have to go back 2 years. It was a while ago. It was a SPAC, and it got up to highs of $93.99 off of this hype. This was back when Tesla was doing pretty good. People were getting very excited about Nikola and the potential for another big EV company. They really touted a lot of the technology that they had and the capabilities that they had. And now they have agreed to pay $125 million to settle the SEC fraud charges because apparently some of what they said, let's see what the actual words were. The charges of defrauding investors by misleading them about their products, technical capacity, and business prospects. So, as you can see, Nikola now trading below where it traded when it was a SPAC. It's now trading at $9.25. And when it was a SPAC, it was trading very close to 10. It was trading a little bit above 10. Now Nikola is trading below that and far, far below where they traded at the peaks, where a lot of investors were probably buying them. The highest volume day that they ever had was over here, 70 million shares traded during that day, and they were at their peaks almost to $94 per share. So a lot of people lost money on Nikola. So they're agreeing to pay $125 million to the SEC. Well, actually, I don't know where that $125 million will go. Hopefully it would go to some investors who lost money, but we'll see. That doesn't always happen. That's not always the case. It might just go to the SEC. And who knows what the SEC will do with it, but that's what's going on in the markets today. There's a couple of interesting things. The Build Back Better bill is the most interesting, in my opinion. I'm very curious to see if that's going to end up passing in January. It looks like probably not. If Manchin's not on its side, then it doesn't seem to have the best chance, but we'll see. We'll see what we've got. And for those of you who just joined, I did want to point out that there aren't too many economic events today, but it looks like we've got a bunch of new people who joined since the first minute or so when we covered this. But the economic events that we've got for tomorrow, make sure to come back tomorrow because there are 4 relatively important economic events. First of all, GDP is coming out tomorrow, quarter-over-quarter GDP. We've missed the past couple, right? Out of the past 6 that we've had, we have missed 4 of them. We've had lower than expected GDP. Only one did we have an actual better than the forecast rating for, and one of them we actually met the forecast spot on. So GDP could be bad for us looking forward, especially with these supply chain issues that we've had. Also, consumer confidence. It'll be very interesting to see what we get for December because the consumer confidence has not been that good lately, right? The past couple of weeks, we have not had very much consumer confidence. A lot of people have been getting worried about inflation. A lot of people have been worried about Omicron. A lot of people are worried about the supply chain issues. And you saw that in the markets the past couple of days. But now we're going to see what consumers actually say when they're asked if they have confidence in the economy. So other than that, there are 2 more. Existing home sales, not the most important indicator. But if you're looking into getting a new home, if you want to buy a house, this could be relatively important. You might want to keep an eye on this. I would honestly like these home sales numbers to go down a bit. I would like cheaper houses. I would prefer that houses don't cost as much. I might like to get a house in 2022 if they could get a little bit cheaper. It seems like things really got inflated in 2021. I would prefer to see housing prices go down, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. And also crude oil inventories are coming out tomorrow. So none of this is today. This is all tomorrow. We've got a bunch of important stuff coming out tomorrow. And we've decided to release nothing today, but all of these reports are coming out tomorrow. So tomorrow will be an important day, and tomorrow will probably be the last live stream until after Christmas. I am going away to see some family, so I'll be away from the computers, the screens, the lights, the camera. So tomorrow will probably be the last live stream, so make sure to tune in for it before I will be back, obviously, at some point after Christmas, but it'll be the last live stream until Christmas. So in case anyone's going to miss that, Merry Christmas right now. Hopefully y'all have a good Christmas break. And don't think too much about the markets, right? Don't let the markets ruin Christmas if they take a turn. It looks like they might actually be making Christmas more enjoyable. If we continue on this uptrend that we've been on, then maybe some people will be having a better Christmas than they thought. It looks like Sundial's doing decently in the pre-market. We're above 60 cents per share. AMC's doing pretty good. We're above $30 per share. And DWAC sticking up above 50. So that's good to see. It's maintaining its support. So good stuff. Good stuff all around, I would say. Not too much to worry about in the markets as long as stuff doesn't tank. And Sub-Zero asks, are you going to buy another 10x of AMC? Maybe we should make that a tradition. I'll just average into AMC in case it doesn't dip. I will buy another 10 of AMC. How about that, Sub-Zero? We'll slowly build up that position. I would buy bigger if it did tank, but it looks like it's been holding fairly steadily, unfortunately. Maybe 28 yesterday would have been a decent point, but that's basically where I bought on Friday. So I was hoping that we could get it below 25. I would really like to get in below 25, but yeah, I'll buy another 10 of AMC this morning. We'll slowly average in. We'll make it a little tradition maybe. Maybe every morning we'll buy a little bit of a stock. We'll see. We'll see if we make that a tradition. That would be fun, I think. So hold on 1 second, guys. Of course, I've just realized I've forgotten to turn on the fan. I'll be right back. Hold on 1 second. Okay, there we go. There we go. So, in the comments I just read, Tim Boone asks, Rob, with NAK merger, how many shares will we receive, if any? So, the way the NAK merger is going on, let me try to pull up the form, but the way it's going to work is you should get 1 share of the new company, NAKD, will still be the ticker symbol, but it's going to go by Centro Automotive, and you'll be giving 15 shares in exchange. So it won't actually change the amount of capital that you have in NAKD. We'll pull up NAKD right here for a second. So it's trading for about 50 cents per share. So when that merger goes through, according to what I believe to be true, let me see if I can find this document that says it. Okay, here we go. So the SEC filing for Naked Brand. On December 13th, the company announced the exact consolidation ratio as fixed by the board of directors. They will be consolidating every 15 ordinary shares into one ordinary share. So basically, if you have 15 shares, if you have 15 shares of of NAKD, then you'll have one share of Centro, but it will multiply the price by 15. So if this is still trading at 50 cents per share when the merger goes through, then you'll have one share for every 15, but this will be worth $7.50 instead of 50 cents. So it'll make it look like a bit of a more legitimate company, and it will probably be better for them in the long run, right? They'll be meeting compliance to remain listed on the NASDAQ. They'll look like a much more legitimate company. My hope would be that they would change the ticker symbol at some point, because NAKD doesn't seem to have much to do with Centro Automotive. It makes a lot more sense for Naked Brand Group. But my hope would be that they would eventually change that ticker symbol. But we'll see what they do. That's the hope, but that's how that will work. So you'll have far fewer shares. They'll be worth a lot more, and they could potentially move up in value, hopefully, right? They'll still be a relatively small market cap. I think it was 2.1 billion. I forget exactly what the company was going to be valued at, but it should be in the low billions, and I think it'll be a good move for them. I'm looking forward to owning another EV company. In fact, the EV company that has sold more commercial EVs than any other. So good stuff. Good stuff to see NAKD going through with the merger. It looks like that was confirmed yesterday. The vote went through, and they're going to do it. Let me see if I can pull up that news real quick. It doesn't look like too many people have discussed it, but let's see if we can find that. I think we'll have to look over the past 24 hours. So, it doesn't look like anything on Yahoo Finance, but I believe that the merger actually went through. So that's what I've heard. At least people have been saying that online. I haven't found anything. Here we go, actually. No. That's just we can't play a YouTube video, but I believe the merger went through. So it's looking good for NAKD. I think that they're going to probably be doing decently, at least in the short to mid-term. In the mid to long term. We'll see in the short term, it could come as a bit of a shock to some investors, right? People who haven't been in NAKD for too long, or potentially people who've been in it for a very long time and have just kind of had it sitting in their portfolio. They may not have known that NAKD was considering this merger. They may be very shocked to see that their share count decreases 15-fold. They may not be expecting that, and they may be shocked when they notice it's worth a lot more per share. They may just be spooked by that. They may not understand the company, and they may just end up selling out. So some people may initially sell on this news when they first notice it. If they haven't heard of this merger before, they might not know about Centro Automotive and what a good company it is. So they may end up selling. So it'll be interesting to see what happens the first couple of days after the merger goes through. I expect probably nothing too horrific. I would expect that they'd probably do good in the following months, but the first day or two could be pretty crazy for NAKD. Mergers have gone south sometimes. Sometimes mergers haven't gone very well for the companies that have been involved in them, especially, I will say, when mergers involve two companies that don't actually have anything to do with each other. And if you've been a long-time viewer of the channel, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the SPRT GREE merger. If you guys weren't watching the channel way back when, months and months ago, when we covered SPRT, it was a potential short squeeze stock. And they ended up merging with GREE, Greenidge Generation Holdings. And I think that was a Bitcoin mining company, if I'm not mistaken. It was a while ago. But SPRT was just a online tech support company, and they ended up merging. And let me show you what happened to SPRT when they merged into GREE. It was pretty horrific. Right here. So SPRT was trading on this chart right here. And when you see this big bump up, that was actually the merger, but they didn't actually move up in price due to the merger. And instead, they ended up essentially, right, the price moved up to there, right? But the price didn't actually move up to there because they consolidated like 8 shares. So essentially, you had the same amount of capital when this thing turned into a $60 stock as you did when you had more shares when it was a $10 stock down here. So essentially, as soon as the merger went through, just overlay this chart, basically pull this part of the chart down and move it to the bottom of where this chart ends right here. And you'll essentially have a good picture of what happened to SPRT when it merged into GREE. It essentially just plummeted. So time has not been kind to GREE after that merger went through. Obviously, I will point out that it was more of a short squeeze play, right? People weren't interested in it because of the fundamentals. They were more so, maybe some were, but they were more interested in it because of the short squeeze potential. And when all the shenanigans went on behind the scenes due to the merger, people didn't know what was going on with their shares. Some of their shares disappeared from their brokerages. It took a while before they had a good share count, and all kinds of weird stuff went on with this merger. And it basically just ended up really benefiting shorts. Shorts got a ton of money out of this because it looks like some shares were liquidated when the merger went through. Crazy stuff with that merger. So if you guys have been with the channel for a long time, you'll remember it, but it has not been doing well since. And DWAC, it looks like we're sticking above 50 still, so that's good to see. Good morning, Vivi. Good morning, Shadow333. And JL, what's up, man? What's up? And Seen Blind. Rob, what about Peloton? It's $30 right now. Yeah, so Peloton, it's at 38, so almost 40, but it has been falling significantly. Now, Peloton, what I think about Peloton is it's a cool product. I'll pull up their website for those of you who don't know. For those of you who don't know what Peloton is, let's pull up their main website. Is the main website for Peloton? Look at that. The main website for Peloton is there we go. No, it looks like it's a blog. Did they get rid of their website? They must have a website. Huh. OnePeloton.com. Here we go. Look at that. They have horrible search engine optimization, SEO. It's horrible. I couldn't even find this without looking at a thing on the side of the page. Anyways, Peloton, their website, basically they sell these bikes and treadmills and maybe some other equipment, but you basically buy these things, and they cost quite a bit to buy in the first place, right? $1,400 gets you the Peloton bike, and then you pay, I think it's a $60 a month subscription to get access to classes that play on this screen that play on the bikes, or I guess you could stream it to your TV also if you prefer. And then you're basically taking these classes in the comfort of your own home, using these bikes and treadmills. Now, the only thing that I don't like about this company is there are a couple of things. One, they definitely did very well. We'll pull up Peloton right here, actually, in the top left. They definitely did very well when COVID first started becoming very prevalent, because a lot of people wanted to be working out while they were at home, and they wanted some kind of interaction. Those classes, I believe, that you get from the subscription are live, so you're basically interacting with people. You got to do it from the comfort of your own home. A lot of people wanted these bikes and were willing to pay for the subscription service because you couldn't have a gym membership during the beginning of the pandemic, and so this company was doing very well. In fact, they just about 10x'd from where they were. They were at $1,770 at their low, and they got up to $171. So they just about 10x'd during the pandemic, and since then, since people have been able to go back out into the world and get gym memberships, they have been falling quite a bit, actually. So they aren't doing too well anymore. And I think a lot of that is because the service they're providing is a little bit overpriced, it seems, right? That you're paying $60 a month, which is more than most gym memberships. And you're getting a class streamed to a screen, which you could probably get off of YouTube for free. So the downside to their business model is it just doesn't make very much sense. There's no reason that anyone needs to buy it. I mean, obviously, I've never used it myself. I don't know. Maybe it's a really great class that they're offering. But it seems like the kind of thing that any company could come around and offer, you know, a bike for the same price, or maybe even a little bit more, and then just make some classes that people can watch. And it costs them basically nothing to make these classes, per person that they're going to reach, right? Because the company only needs to pay an instructor, $100 maybe to do one of these classes for an hour, maybe $100, maybe it's less than that, maybe $50, and the instructor does this class, and it can reach every single customer with a Peloton. So it costs them maybe $100 to do this class, and they're charging everybody $60 a month for it. So it seems, I don't know, kind of overpriced in my opinion. I would probably never get one. I think a lot of people probably wouldn't buy this. I think that's why they're falling. It was a great thing during the initial stages of the pandemic when people wanted that kind of human connection and were unable to get it at the gym. And they wanted to work out and wanted workout equipment. I mean, workout equipment overall, it wasn't just Peloton. It was all kinds of workout equipment sold very well during the initial stages of the pandemic. It hasn't been doing too great lately. So I don't know if we're going to see this one really come back in a big way. We might see it come back, but I mean, it's not even at the lows that it was at way back when. So let's see what it's done over the past 3 years. It's getting pretty darn low, but I mean, I don't know if we'll see these pandemic highs. A lot of those pandemic stocks were doing really, really well. And I think it was because we were in the midst of a pandemic where people were locked in. So we'll see what happens with PHUN. I don't know if it's getting to too good of a valuation yet. I haven't looked into it too deeply, obviously. That's just what I think about their business. Just overall, it's just what I think about it. But maybe they've got something up their sleeve, some kind of new idea that they're going to implement onto their machines, and that's going to pump them up a lot. We'll see. That's just my opinion, though. I'm not the biggest fan. I probably won't be buying Peloton. Maybe during the beginning of the pandemic, I would have considered it if I'd heard about it early enough. But by the time I heard about it, they were already pretty high up. So overall, haven't bought any Peloton. Probably not looking to. Maybe if it got super darn cheap. I mean, I don't even know what the market cap of Peloton is. Maybe it's worth buying. I mean, it is an idea. Surely some people will be using this. So let's see. Let's see how much it costs, actually, for their whole company. Let's see what their market cap is. And it's $12.77 billion. I mean, it seems pretty darn expensive. It seems pretty darn expensive. And this will probably update once the market opens because they have dropped a bit, I believe. So it looks like over the past day, maybe they'll get a little bit cheaper. So we'll see. It just looks pretty darn expensive. $12 billion. So we've got a couple comments. Let's see what we've got. Max Pierce, hi Rob, I commented on your full YouTube stream vid. Didn't know if you saw what I wrote for you. Put it in here, Max, and I'll try to take a peek at it here. Brazil AA, happy holidays for you and your family, Rob. I appreciate that, Brazil. Hopefully you have a happy holiday too. Yeah, I mean, this is if anyone's not showing up for the stream tomorrow, this is the last one then for them. I'm going to be here tomorrow. I'm going to be here today and tomorrow, and then I'm going to be taking Thursday off. I'm going to be visiting some family. I'm going to be heading over to the beach. We're visiting Grandma. Me and my sister are going to be visiting Grandma for Christmas. My mom will be there. My aunt will be there. We'll have a nice, small family Christmas, so that'll be nice. And it should be a good time. So I'm looking forward to having some time off and just celebrating with the family. But I'll be back probably, maybe not on Monday, but maybe by Tuesday I'll try to be back. How about that? So we'll have a little bit of a Christmas break. Friday the markets are closed. Thursday, I guess Thursday and Monday are really the only days I'll be taken off from the markets when they're actually open. So hopefully you guys will not be too bored without me in the pre-market. You got along somehow before I was here. I haven't been doing these streams for all that long. Probably only a month or two at this point. So we've also got David Amer in here. Good morning, folks. Good morning, David. Good morning, David. And Zach Taylor said, just watch the Babylon Bee interview at Elon Musk trailer. Full interview drops tomorrow. Going to be great. Wow. I am really looking forward to that. I've not actually watched many Babylon Bee interviews. In fact, I haven't watched any, but it'll be cool to see them interview Elon Musk. That seems like a good combo. I love the Babylon Bee. It's hilarious. But let's pull up these daily charts. Of course, we've missed the market open. Oh well. Looks like AMC right on the right before the market open, got pushed below 30. We're going to see. Here we go. This is our chance to get it below 30. We ended up buying it above 30 yesterday because it just started moving up. So we'll buy another 10 of AMC. Let's do that real quick to start off the stream, or to start off the market open. And I know people don't like me using Robinhood, but that's just where I've been buying AMC. It's so easy to use for options, and I do end up liking Robinhood. So there we go. So we've got 10 shares we're going to buy on AMC right now. And look at that. It's dropping live while we buy this. So look at that. Got 10 more shares of AMC. Nice. For below 30 bucks. That's awesome. There we go. So we're slowly building up that position. And Zach Taylor said it's on YouTube. So I will check that out at some point. I will definitely check that out. I follow the Babylon Bee Instagram. That's where I see most of their stuff. And Rocky Mountain Gobbler says, Rob, please do a video on SPACs to watch. Thanks. This was Silver's suggestion. I will take a peek at some SPACs. I will try to find some good SPACs for you guys. How about that? I'll look into it. It's tough to say. I mean, if you're talking about SPACs that we already know which companies they're going to merge with, then yeah, that makes a lot of sense. As for guessing what a SPAC is going to merge with, that's tough. I don't know if you can even do. I don't even think you could do that. But if we're talking about SPACs that we already know what they're going to merge with, then yeah, I'll take a peek at some. I mean, we already watched quite a few, actually. We watched DWAC, CFVI from time to time. So Sub-Zero says he uses Robinhood. It's easy to use. Yes, it is. It was my first real brokerage account. So, you know, it's my oldest one. So I have a little bit of loyalty to it. I'm about to own some Robinhood stock, it looks like. I sold some put options on Robinhood stock a ways back. So if Robinhood for the next year stays below 20 bucks, then I should be accruing some Robinhood shares. So we'll see if that ends up happening. If it moves above 20, then I'll actually just get a credit for that. And JL, thank you for the super chat. For your AMC fund, Merry Christmas. I appreciate that, JL. We'll be buying some more AMC tomorrow with that. So there we go. That's someone was saying that I should start up a Cash App investing platform. I don't know exactly what it is, but they were saying I should do a Cash App, and I assume it was basically, I don't know if it's a platform where people buy stocks and send them to me, but that might be an interesting idea. I might look at it. That would be a more direct way than doing it through the YouTube super chats and all that. And Abstract is in the chat. What's up, man? What's up? I wasn't even thinking of crypto until you showed up. So let me pull up crypto real quick. Look at that. Look at that. Not just the market. It's not just the market rallying today, which it has been in the after hours and pre-market. We've seen some good stuff from SPY. We're up 0.87%, but it's also crypto, and in a massive way. So let me pull this up. I haven't even taken a peek at this yet this morning, but crypto is up big. Bitcoin up 7%, up to almost 49,000. We're at 48,700. Ethereum back up above 4,000, up 6%. Binance Coin up 4% to over 500 bucks. Pretty much everything is green. Terra Luna up 15%. Avalanche up 16%. Shiba Inu up 12%. Dogecoin up 5.5%. So pretty much everything is green. I mean, it's crazy to see that cryptos, I mean, they all move with each other. There's very rarely a token. I mean, we're looking at one. Huobi token is the one crypto that's red today, and it's red 0.44%, so barely anything. But it's crazy to see cryptos. I mean, they all move basically in the same direction all together. There's very rarely a crypto that varies from the overall trend. It's crazy to see. I mean, there's one out of what is this? The top 100 that we just looked at? There's one that's red. So crazy stuff. Out of the top 100 cryptos, one of them is red, and it's red by 0.63%. So interesting. I mean, cryptos, they really all move with the overall trend. Not a bad market to be in. I mean, the overall crypto market, I think, are we at a $3 trillion market cap? Maybe we were. Actually, probably closer to $2 trillion at this point. Let me see. Is there a way to figure out what the overall market cap of all cryptos is? I think that should be on CoinMarketCap. Okay, yeah. Here we go. So the overall market cap of every single crypto added together is 2 trillion. 249 billion, 658 million. So $2.25 trillion market cap on every crypto out there. Notably, I'll pull this up. You guys will find this interesting. Notably, every crypto, if you add up all of their market caps, let me pull this up real quick. All of the cryptos added together. Check this out, guys. Every single crypto, if you add up all of their market caps, is less than Apple's market cap. So if you own all of Apple, you own more than every single crypto out there. So crazy stuff. And by not a small amount either. I mean, Apple is, let's see, Apple is worth about $550 billion more than every single crypto in the world added up together. That's crazy stuff. So it just goes to show, when you have a product that has a real-world impact like Apple that's massively used, it's not that tough to overcome cryptos, which will eventually probably have a real-world impact. But overall, right now, I don't see too much use of cryptos. It's not too widespread. Maybe in the future we'll see a little bit more crypto activity going on. But as of right now, we're not really seeing too much utility in cryptos, right? I haven't seen cryptos be used for much other than a store of value. Obviously, some people are probably using them to transact, and I don't think I've ever done a crypto transaction. Although one time I will say, I think that I had to put my credit card into some site that sent money to some other site using crypto, but it wasn't really a crypto transaction. I was still basically just using cash, and then the transaction went through in crypto, and they probably liquidated it as soon as they got it. But that's the one time I think that I've used crypto to transact in. So it'll be really interesting to see what happens if cryptos start replacing some of the big financial firms, or at least some of the big ways that financial firms transact. Because, I mean, let's take a peek at Visa real quick. Visa has been doing incredibly well. A lot of what they deal in is financial transactions. If you look, they've done all right this year. Since COVID hit, they almost doubled. They got very close to doubling from the pits of COVID to the peaks of 2021. And we'll take a peek at Visa's market cap. It's definitely not as big as Apple, but 460 billion. So a lot of what they do is financial transactions, and they're not the only one. There are a ton of companies, a ton of banks, and we'll actually pull it up on FinViz. We'll pull up some of the biggest banks, but it'll be very interesting to see what happens to cryptos if they can take over a lot of the financial transactions and actually start providing real-world value to a lot of these people who are buying into cryptos. And potentially to a lot of big institutions. It will be interesting to see what happens with the prices of these cryptos in maybe 2022. We'll see some more utility, but I'm more so expecting 2023, 2024, 2025. That's probably when we'll really start to see cryptos becoming a little bit more useful. And Visa supports crypto, says Money Lover. That they do. I know they've definitely been talking about it a lot. I know they're big on NFTs. They want to be the NFT payment provider, payment transactor, whatever it is. So they've really been pushing that. But we'll see what happens with cryptos overall if we can get them to have a little bit more utility. I don't know if Bitcoin will ever have too much. People seem to want to just use that as a store of value, but Ethereum really shows some potential, and AMC is up. It's up above $30, so it looks like that buy at $29.50 was a good one, Sub-Zero. It looks like I made some money on that one. And Sundial, notably, is also up above 61 cents, I'll point out. But we'll see what happens with those cryptos in the next couple of years. I'll be very curious to see what happens with them when they really start providing actual value to the world, like Visa is. Visa really does make the world a lot easier. If you have a credit card, life is a lot easier than if you're dealing purely in cash. I'll say that at least. You're getting cash back on that card as long as you're paying it off full every month. Obviously, you know, some people will take out money on the cards and not pay it in and end up paying a pretty high interest rate, which I do not condone. I don't think that's a good idea pretty much ever. I very rarely would recommend that anyone ever use a credit card if they don't intend on paying it in full every month. I think that that's one of the biggest mistakes you can make, because you're paying around 18% a year to have money out on your credit card, and the stuff that you're using a credit card to pay for typically isn't the most urgent. It's typically not the most important. You don't actually need that kind of stuff. You're usually not using it to pay for a big medical bill. I mean, maybe you are, but it's typically not the most important stuff. It's usually more fun things. It's going out to eat. It's buying little gadgets online. At least in my experience. Maybe you really need the credit card for something, and then it can make sense. But ideally, you never spend money on a credit card. It's better, I think, to probably take out, and none of this is financial advice, it's probably better to take out a little loan of some sort that has a lower interest rate than the credit card. And Max Pierce posted in the chat what he said, so let's see. It looks like it's gotten covered up. NAKD officially merged with Central Auto. Okay, 15-1 was confirmed. Also, someone said the stock, once merged, will have a higher market cap, making the stock go up. Market cap will be anywhere from 6 to 8 billion. Wow. Cool stuff. I mean, I don't know if they'll have a market cap of 6 to 8 billion. Obviously, that person might be saying that they will pump up to that point. So we might see that happen. We might see them get that market cap up, but we don't know yet. I don't think. I think they'll start off with a market cap of, I think it was 2 billion, if I'm not mistaken, but I'm not sure exactly. Let me see. They might mean that once the merger goes through, that the stock price will start moving up, eventually giving them that large of a market cap. So let's see if we can find this market cap listed. We'll see if we can find it. No, not on that site. I don't know if we're going to find it right now, but I think that in the article that I was reading, it said they would have a market cap of around 2 billion, I believe. So if that person's right, then that would mean it would 3x. But obviously that's not a guarantee. That's a speculation. But it could be good for them. I mean, I'm holding my NAKD. I'm looking forward. And Kitchener Leslie says, only utilize 30% of total credit if you want to keep your score high. I agree. That's really good. You definitely don't want to have too much credit utilized. I keep it honestly close to 1%. Just because, every couple of days I'll look at my card and I'll pay it off. And I like doing it that way because I don't ever want to forget to pay it off. I don't ever want to realize at the end of the month or whatever, oh, whoops, I forgot to pay off my card and now I have minimum payment due, or I was late to pay and now I owe some interest. I never want to deal with that. So I just always pay off the card every couple of days when I'm in bed. Typically, right before I go to sleep, I'll just do a quick scan of all my finances. I'll look through. I'll check out Yoda, actually. That's something I'll do. And I'll show you guys real quick what I do on Yoda. So let me show you guys this really cool banking app. If you guys haven't gotten it yet, you should definitely get it. I'll show you, or not financial advice or whatever, but it's definitely worth a look at least. I really like it. And let me find this demo mode real quick. Just turn that on real quick. So, for those of you who haven't gotten it yet, some of you have, I noticed. Some of you used my referral code. But basically, what happens with Yoda Banking, Yoda Bank, YOTTA. Let me pull up the main screen right here real quick. Yoda Bank. I turned on demo mode, so you can't actually see how much I've got in the account. But you can see basically there are these lottery balls that roll every week. So every day of the week, you get a new ball. Monday's rolled already. Tuesdays will go. There's basically one for every day of the week until Sunday when you get the Powerball. And you can win up to $10 million. Now, you can see you've got a lot of, I've got a lot of tickets here. So you can see my numbers here. You get these tickets, and then if you get the right numbers rolled, if you get this certain amount of numbers, you can see the prizes. Just getting the Powerball gets you 10 cents. Getting 3 balls gets you 15 cents. 1 ball in the Powerball gets you 15 cents. All the way up to if you get 4 balls in the Powerball, you get $2,500. If you get all the balls except the Powerball, you get a Tesla. You could win a Tesla every week, or $10 million every week. Obviously, that would be very tough to do. You'd basically be winning the lottery. But what I like about this bank is that it incentivizes you to save money, right? Because every week, for every $25 you have in this, you get a free ticket. So every week, you're basically playing the lottery. It's paying you to save. It's a really good system. I like it a lot. If you guys want this bank, then what you can do is use referral code Robert168 right there. You can use that code and you guys will get 100 free tickets. And I will at some point be looking into starting a pool with this bank, because that's something you can do. You can make pools where we can push all of our tickets together and win prizes together. And Tim says, I did it with your referral. Nice. Yeah, I saw some people did. So we've already got a couple people in here having done it. We've got a couple people who started the process and have not yet deposited money, is what I'm looking at. It doesn't give me any, of your information, but it basically just shows whether or not I've gotten their referral bonus. I've gotten a couple, actually, from doing that. So if you guys are interested and you want to help out, or if you guys want to get in on our pool eventually, feel free to join Yotta Bank, YOTTA. It's a nice bank. I've used it for a while. And use referral code Robert168 right there. Really cool bank. And probably after Christmas, I'll look into setting up a pool, and we can then all join this pool and put some tickets in. And then every week we'll see how much we win together. That'll be fun. So if you guys are interested, feel free in doing that. I really like Yotta Bank. I've been using it for a while, and I've gotten, I will say, way more money from using Yotta Bank than I would have if I just had the money in a savings account. They basically, it averages out, I think, to around a 2% interest rate right now, whereas other high-yield savings banks are paying you like, 0.2% interest or something incredibly low. They pay you a base rate, I think, they pay you a base rate of 0.2% plus whatever you win from the balls that you roll every week, so the lottery system. And you end up winning a decent amount. I mean, some weeks I win $10 just from having my money sit in a savings account. It's a no-risk thing because it's FDIC insured. So if you guys want, feel free to download that using referral code Robert168. And probably in the stream after Christmas, I'll have set up the pool, and we can all join that. So, and Big Spark says, to buy your first house, Rob, you need to show good utilization of credit. Hold 20 to 30% on credit. See, the thing is, I just don't know what I would have on my credit card. I mean, there's not too much that I charge. It's just the normal everyday stuff, and I pay it off. I have a large amount of credit, so if I were holding 20 to 30%, it would be thousands of dollars. I don't know what I would do to spend that much, and I'd probably end up having to pay the monthly fees if I wanted to hold that much, because I'm not spending that much every month. So maybe. I have a decent credit score. It's in the 700s. It's in the high 700s. So we're getting there. I think the biggest thing that's hurting me is a lack of longevity in the accounts. The accounts haven't been opened long enough, is what it says. Which, all I can do is wait, right? Because I'm 22 at the moment. So, the accounts have only been open since I was 18. Now, Sundial, it looks like, is running. This is pretty good to see. Sundial's doing pretty darn good. Not too shabby. We're at highs of the trading day at 62.5 cents. This could be the one, guys. This could be the run that, maybe we've seen the all-time lows with Sundial now at 53. That may be the all-time low. I'm really hoping. I would be happy to see that if Sundial started to run up. And Zach Taylor says, just in, if you guys are interested in DWAC stock, you'll be interested in this news. Just in, Trump to hold a news conference on January 6th. He may be pumping DWAC stock at that conference. We'll see. Let's see if CNBC is talking about that. No, it doesn't look like it, but no, I don't think. No, I don't think CNBC is reporting on it too much, but cool stuff. And Kitchener Leslie says you need different types of credit. Cards are only revolving credit. I wonder if margin counts as a type of credit. Potentially it does. I don't think it does, but whew, look at this, guys. As Sundial rises, the market falls. So hopefully it doesn't fall too much more. Unfortunately, it looks like we gave back a decent amount of the gains, pretty much all the gains of the pre-market. But will we give back the gains of the after hours, which were significant? So if we fall about another $3 on the S&P, we will have given back those gains. I don't want to see it happen right before Christmas. I would much rather have a Christmas rally instead of Christmas tanking. Sundial's doing pretty good. It looks like the market has not yet dragged down Sundial. So hopefully that doesn't become the case. DWAC, it looks like we just saw a little bounce off of 50 bucks. AMC's doing pretty good. It looks like overall smaller market caps are doing a little bit better. Smaller market caps are doing a little bit better. And Travis Brusso, hey, love you guys. Gotta run. See you tomorrow. Cash is King team. Leslie would love to hear how you did that with CC sometime. I was only in debt with CC. Bad discipline, maybe. Oh, yes. I didn't read what Kitchener Leslie was saying, but I missed. I went from $560 to almost $800 in a year. Oh, I see. With your credit score. Yeah. Yeah, very cool. Very cool. That's really impressive. That's really impressive. Yeah, if you want to min-max your credit, I mean, there are tricks out there you can use. I've not ever bothered doing it too much. I've never really looked too much into how to minimize or maximize my credit. I've mostly just let it be what it is, and it's been fairly high just because I pay off my things every month, and I have a decent amount of credit available to me. I've had the accounts not all that long, I'll admit, but I have a decent number of credit cards. It's probably lower than it should be just because I've been opening up credit cards up the wazoo lately. Talk about credit cards. Let me show you guys a cool card that I've actually yet to use. So, this is a very cool card. A metal card. The M1 Finance Owner's Rewards Card. By M1, obviously, right? So basically, you can get this credit card. And what it does is M1 Finance is a brokerage account. It's a brokerage platform. Now they have a little bit of a bank going too. So you have a spending account or a debit or a credit account, basically. I think that's the right term. And you can put money in that, and they give you a credit card. You can apply for the credit card at least. And what you can get with this credit card is you can earn up to 10% cash back if you shop at the certain brands that you own stock in. So I'll show you the full list of what gives you 10% cash back. 10% cash back at Adobe, at AMC, at Chewy.com, at Dropbox, at GameStop, Netflix, Spotify, at Tesla. And you can't buy a Tesla with a credit card. Unfortunately, I wish you could. I might have had to do that if you could get 10% off on the Tesla, but you can't. You can use it to buy Tesla merch. You can get stuff at Ulta Beauty. Peloton, if you want, you could do. Purple, Bath & Body Works, Victoria's Secret. These are all 10% cashback categories. All you have to do is put at least $1. You have to invest $1 into these companies on the M1 platform, and you get 10% cash back buying with their credit card at these places. So I probably need to actually end up doing that. I've yet to use this card, but I have had it for a couple of weeks or months maybe. You get 5% cash back at American Airlines, at Chipotle, at Delta Airlines, at Dollar General, at Etsy, at Domino's Pizza, at Starbucks, at TJ Maxx, at Converse, at Nike, at FedEx, at UPS, Marshalls, United Airlines. So a lot of the airlines. You get 2.5% cash back at Apple, at Twitch, Whole Foods, Amazon, Costco, eBay, McDonald's, Burger King. And you get 1.5% cash back on everything else. It's a very cool card. It's a metal card, if you guys are interested in that. It's just a cool, nice looking card. It feels good to hold. It comes in a very cool package when you actually end up getting it. It's a cool package. Let me show you guys how you can get this if you're interested, and how you can get a free $50. I'll show you that real quick. If you guys want a free $50 and the M1 card, what you can do is use this link in the description. It's this stream right here we've got. In the description to this stream, you get a free $50 when you sign up for M1 Finance. Using the link right here, you can click it, and then it should show there's $50 waiting for you. So it's not one of those up to $50 referral programs. It's just a straight up $50. You sign up for an account with M1 and then deposit, I think, $100 in the brokerage account. It's a nice brokerage because it lets you create little pies. You can basically do that, and it's like your own ETF that you're creating essentially. So it just automatically will invest the money in there for you. If you put money in the account, you distribute it how you want. You say, I want, what's your referral code for M1 Finance? It's just the link in the description of this stream. You have to click that link right there, get a free $50 with M1. You click that link, and then you just sign up on this page using the email and password, and that's my referral link basically. So if you want a free $50, I'll get a free $50 too. So that would be much appreciated if anyone wants to help me out with that. I use M1 Finance. I like their card too. Their card is very nice. So if anyone wants to do that, we've got a couple of things now that you can do if you want some good platforms. M1, we've got Yoda Bank. The card is pretty cool. The reason I haven't actually started using the card yet is because I haven't bought into these companies yet. I need to buy into these companies before I can start getting the cash back. But you can put $1 into each of these companies, and there's only like 100 companies maybe. So it's $100, $1 in each, and then you get 10% cash back at some, 5% cash back at others, 2.5% cash back at others. It seems like a pretty good deal. I really like the card. It's just fun. It's a little flex having that metal card too. So that's what I like about it. It's just kind of cool. It's my only metal card. So overall, it's not a bad deal. It's pretty cool. But that's what I think about M1. Now, you could buy AMC tickets with it, says Sub-Zero. Unfortunately, I didn't get to use it for that. I didn't have any AMC in that account, and I actually didn't buy the movie tickets. I'm going to be seeing Spider-Man No Way Home tonight, but my friend, I just Venmo'd him for the tickets. So I didn't get to use my card on it. Otherwise, I might have had to do it. But so Tim says, so Sundial needs to be $1 or higher for 10 days, or it will be delisted on February 7th, 2022. Correct me if I'm wrong. I just bought some option calls for it to hit $1. What are your thoughts? So Sundial, that's correct. Sundial needs to be $1 or higher for 10 consecutive days by that time, or I believe if they're at $1 at that time, that should count. I doubt they would delist them in the middle of them being $1. But let me pull this up. So it depends on what strike date you bought the call options for. It depends on what strike date you bought the call options for. See, what I think about the call options is Sundial is pretty darn cheap at the moment. It depends on what strike date, but there are a couple of things. One, I'm not the biggest fan of call options, buying them at least. I really like selling call options, but I have been hurt in the past with call options. Sometimes it makes sense. In this instance, if it's a close enough strike date, it might make sense because you're not paying up the wazoo for these call options. You're paying some. You're paying 5 cents about per call option, or $5, I guess, since you multiply that by 100. And Big Spark says Sundial reverse split. That is another possibility. You might end up seeing Sundial do a reverse split, which could make those call options not work out for you if that's how they end up meeting compliance. And they might, February 18th. Yeah, so that's what I'm looking at. That's what I figured. It could work out. It wouldn't have to get that much higher than $1 for you to make some money on this, to potentially double your money. If it gets to 110, then you've doubled your money. So you could make some money on it. That's one of the times when I think it maybe makes a little bit of sense. And actually, look at that. You can buy them cheaper now. 4 cents. 4 cents per call option. Look at that. We watched it drop live. So now they're 20% better. They're 20% cheaper. So potentially that's not too bad of a deal. So yeah, you could make some money with the call options. I think you could. What I don't like about call options is if, say, you look at the 2024 call options, and say you buy the dollar strike price call options for 28 cents, or even let's say they get cheaper, and let's say you're buying them for 25 cents. Sundial is only trading at 61 right now, so you're basically paying half the price of Sundial to buy Sundial at $1, and these could expire worthless. I mean, there's the potential that they could expire worthless. I don't think they will. I think that they'll probably expire way in the money, but you're basically just you're only saving yourself half the price, and then it has to move up above $1, so you're already missing some value. If it ends up just moving from 60 cents to $1 during that time, then you're already losing some value there. I think it makes a lot more sense to just buy the Sundial shares at that point if you're paying that much for the call options. But the February 18th ones, I will say, are pretty darn cheap. 3 to 4 cents per share as the premium. Not too bad. Not too bad. So that could make some sense. But I prefer just buying the Sundial shares or selling put options. That's another thing I've done. I've sold some put options. So you can make some money with that too. We'll see. We'll see how low Sundial gets. If Those probably won't expire in the money. It would have to. They would have to expire below. Sundial would have to be below 50 cents per share in 2023. So I don't think that's going to happen. But we'll see. And Millionaire in Training says, let's go AMC, I'm all in. And Vivi says, could you look at DWAC? Yeah. So DWAC, it looks like over the past couple of days, we've basically just seen it play around in this $50 to $55 range. Right now, it looks like it's testing 50 again. Will it fall through? I mean, maybe it will. You know, we've seen it dip down for very brief periods of time a couple of times. So it could dip through below 50, but I mean, we've really seen it over the past 5 days. If you look at this bottom left chart, it's just been playing around there. I think we're just waiting for some more big news to come out. The last time we got big news, the pipe investors, we got it moving up from 40 to 50. Now we have that new support, so we'll see. 55 has obviously acted as a decent resistance for them. They've hit it a couple of times. They've tried to stay above it, but 55 was the old major support that we had, so it's not necessarily a huge surprise that we're going to have a tough time breaking through 55. But once we do, I mean, there's not too much stopping us other than maybe $70 or $80 from just moving up. So we'll see. I think that as we start getting more fundamental news coming out about DWAC, that's when we'll probably start moving up. I really like my position on them because my position is an options position, and I basically don't need DWAC to move at all to make my max profit on them. So I don't mind if they stay at 50 for a while, right? It's the same amount of money to me either way. In fact, if they stayed here, it would be nice because then next year I could sell even more options. So, so not bad, not bad. And Sub-Zero, can you look into PROG? I still holding 2,800. All right, we'll take a peek at PROG. PROG unfortunately got bashed at 279 though, so not a bad price though. It could have been a lot worse. It was selling just a bit ago for over $5, so you definitely could have gotten a much worse buy on it. And it hasn't been too far. You've been very close to being profitable on it a couple of times over the past few days, so you could certainly do it, although it's a risky one, right? It's risky. It might end up moving down. I think a lot of the momentum on it has slowed. Let me pull up PROG shorts. I haven't done this in a bit, but let's see what PROG shorts are looking at. PROG short interest. So it's looking like the short interest, we had a little bit of a dip a while back, but we're back up to a fairly high short interest. So there are still some shorts in PROG. It's only about 20% of the free float right now, and you see we dipped down way over here. We dipped down, but now we're back. So about 20% of the free float is short. 21.18 million shares are short on PROG. So it's looking like, I mean, if we could get some more momentum, it's just I think the overall market has been getting hurt so much. And a lot of people have lost some faith in it, right, after it got dumped. We'll see if we can get another rally. It wasn't too long ago that we were up towards these highs, but we've broken through a bunch of significant supports, right? We broke through 3. We broke through 4, unfortunately. We were hoping not to break through 3. But we'll see. Maybe in 2022. I mean, a lot of these small caps have been getting hurt. So it's really not all that far off from a fundamental perspective from where it was trading at over the past couple of years. It's pretty darn cheap. I mean, it might not be the worst hold if from a fundamental perspective. I know Kitchener was talking about that way back when. Kitchener was talking about its fundamentals. It does have some interesting patents out there, so it could be an interesting one for 2022. Maybe not the worst thing to have. Overall, there are definitely worse things that have smaller followings. I mean, this at some point could come back. We could get a pop above 3. It's only a $400 million market cap, $395 million to be exact. So we could definitely see the market cap pumping up a little bit. I wouldn't be surprised to see at least above 279 where you're in at. You could turn that into a profitable position, probably. Now, obviously, there's risk associated with it, right? It's moving down today. It doesn't look great on the 5-day chart. It looks like we're earlier today hitting the lows of the past 5 days, so we might move lower. Hopefully not. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. And let's see, Rocky Mountain Gobbler, Sundial is over 62 cents. Yes, it is. We're looking pretty darn good on Sundial, up 5% on the day. So this could be good. I mean, TLRY's up 4%. This could be a good thing. This could be the end of the bear market for all of these small market cap stocks, especially the cannabis stocks have really been getting hurt. So hopefully these cannabis stocks will just be on their way up. I mean, we've said that a couple of times before, but I really am hoping that that's true every time we say it. We've just been getting tanked with these cannabis stocks, and they've just gotten to ridiculously low valuations. So hopefully Sundial will be moving up again. I think that it would be the perfect time for them to do it right before 2022 begins. And let me pull up the short interest on Sundial, because if it's still what it was earlier this morning, then it's not looking that bad. It's looking like we'll probably... Oh, look at that. Some more shorts came into it. It was lower. It was down. Some shorts had exited Sundial stock, but it looks like some more shorts came in. Just barely, though. We're up 0.16% short interest change-wise to 16.92%, almost 350 million shares short, 347.67 million shares. So all in all, still quite a few shorts in Sundial, but we'll see. I mean, this is looking like a potentially very good double bottom that we've gotten around 53 cents. We might just start moving up from here. I mean, it's looking like we've gotten a bunch of green days in a row. It would not surprise me if we got a little Christmas rally, a little bit of green right before Christmas for this very green stock. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. If Sundial hits $4 in 3 months, Tim said. I hope it hits $4 in 3 months. We'll see. I can see it hit $10 in 2023, says Tim. Maybe. That is a ways out. I mean, it's not impossible at all. It definitely could. It definitely could. Less than, I think it was, 3 years ago just about, it was trading at 13. Obviously, they've diluted quite a bit since then. But if they continue to do share buybacks, then that could be very good for them. So they could undilute a lot of the damage that was done. That could be very good. And it looks like they've got pretty high volume today, actually. If you look compared to yesterday, it's very high volume. You know, potentially some big players getting in on Sundial. So look at that. Look at the high volume compared to what we saw at the market open yesterday. That is good to see. That is good to see. It's not much compared to what they were doing 2 days ago, but Friday. But we'll see what happens with Sundial. Now, Charles says, "Hey Rob, any thoughts on the IPO of Reddit?" Yeah, I think the Reddit IPO, if you haven't watched my video on the Reddit IPO, I think the Reddit IPO could be very good. We covered a couple of things in that video, just how they make money. Basically just with ads, subscriptions, and then they sell coins. So the coins seem like the least promising of all their potential revenue sources, but the ads make a lot of sense. I think they probably make a lot from ads, and they could make a lot from subscriptions if they begin to offer some better perks. And that's just from a fundamental perspective. I think that Reddit will probably get a meme stock pump as soon as they IPO. I think that we'll probably see a big pump in Reddit stock price. So I might be looking to get a lot of shares of Reddit if I can get my hands on them pre-IPO. If there's a way to do it, I would be looking to get some shares of Reddit. I think it'll probably be a very popular meme stock pump. Obviously, the exact opposite could happen. It could be a meme stock dump. Maybe a lot of people will be expecting that and will want to be buying up shares beforehand and then selling right before right as the IPO goes through. During the first couple of days, we might just see a big dump in the price. If people are, everybody's probably expecting a big meme stock pump on Reddit. But I would think that would probably be the kind of thing that would cause a self-fulfilling prophecy. We've seen the same kind of thing. If you look at Hood stock, when Hood IPO'd, it basically just got a lot of talk on Reddit. And you can see they IPO'd for $38, and a couple of days later, they were trading at $85. So I think Reddit could be a good opportunity. I obviously wouldn't want to, bet the farm on Reddit. I'd want to have a controlled position on it, not too massive of a position, but a decent position, a couple thousand, just for fun, on the off chance that it pumps. And then we'll see. As they start to release more financial information, as we start getting those earnings reports coming out, we'll see how much they're actually making, if they're a good fundamental hold, and maybe we'll start moving some more money into them that way. Maybe we'll start playing the options. And Ambition says it will run then dump. That's what I'm expecting. I'm looking to get some Reddit shares pre-IPO, if possible, and then sell it a couple days after, maybe the same day if it gets a massive pump that day. We'll see. Well, that I'm excited for that one. So I think that the Reddit IPO could be good. Make sure to watch the video, guys, if you haven't checked out the Reddit IPO. Any thoughts on what you think it would open at? I mean, the last round of funding they did valued Reddit at close to $6 billion. But the price, I mean, they could choose any price for the share price, just depending on how many shares they want to have. You know, they could choose to make it $1,000 per share and have far fewer shares, or they could choose to have billions of shares and make it $6 per share, something like that. So, and anyone's guess is as good as mine. No clue what they're going to open at. They said they didn't know, but Abstract is heading out. All right, man, have a good one. If you don't make it tomorrow, then Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas in advance. Tomorrow's the last stream we're doing before Christmas, so hopefully people will show up for that one, but we'll see. And Quaid says, let us know if you figure out how to buy IPO pre-market. Yeah, so sometimes you can buy IPO, like on Robinhood. They let you, I think they let you buy the Robinhood shares pre-IPO. They might do it with Hood as well. And I believe there are brokerage accounts that let you do that. I think Webull is one of them. Webull, I think, lets you buy shares before the IPO. And if you guys are interested, I'll do another plug. If you guys are interested in a Webull account. I believe that brokerage lets you buy shares pre-IPO. What you can do is use this link in this stream. This is the stream. We've got the chat right here. We've got the chat, and then you just scroll down to the description of this stream, and it says, want to support me, use these referral links, get up to $2,300 with Webull using this referral link. And actually, it's crazy the deal they have going on right now. If you guys want a bunch of free stocks, you click this Webull referral link, and because of this Christmas deal, you get 5 free stocks when you open and fund a new account, and you only need to fund it with $1. So you click that link, this get up to $2,300 with Webull in the description of this stream. You click the link, and you get 5 free stocks. I also get 5 free stocks. So if you do that before December 23rd, so you've got 2 more days to do it, you can get 5 free shares of a company. It'll probably be a decent amount of money that you get from it. I've gotten some decent money. I just got a share of Apple, and then other companies are cheaper. Some other companies are cheaper, but you get 5, and you can get stuff like Google, Facebook, Starbucks, Snapchat. They say I've yet to get a Google. I would love to get a Google. That's thousands of dollars, I think. So that would be cool. But you can get 5 free stocks. So worth doing if you guys don't have a Webull account yet. And I think they let you buy stocks pre-IPO. So in the description of this stream, there you go. You've got a lot of referral links you can use. You got the M1, the Yoda, if you want to make a Yoda account. We'll do that pool sometime. And you can also get that Webull account, get 5 free stocks due to that Christmas deal. So there's a lot of ways you guys can be getting some free stocks for Christmas, or free money for Christmas, or free lottery tickets. If you guys want to use those links in the description, they're pretty darn quick to make the accounts. It takes like 5 minutes to make the account, maybe. And then it's a huge ROI on your time. Because I mean, if you think about what an average hourly salary is, you're getting a decent amount for your time. Pretty good hourly salary. You're welcome, Quaid. So I'm making tamales. Buy stock in corn, says Rich M. Tamales sound delicious. Corn, I love corn. So I love Mexican food in general, actually. So tamales sound delicious right now. But we'll see what I end up having for lunch. Lunch is coming up. It is coming up. We're going to make something nice for lunch, hopefully. I'm starting to get hungry. This coffee is all gone now. So hopefully we'll have something good for lunch. DWAC, it looks like regained $50, so that's good to see. Yoda M1 and Webull says Sub-Zero. Yep, those are the ones. Yoda is out of all. What about Robinhood plug? Yeah, if people tell you what, M1 or Sub-Zero is calling me out. He's calling me out. All right, we'll do the Robinhood plug. If you guys want a Robinhood account, you can use the link in the description of this stream. You get up to $500 with Robinhood by clicking the link in the stream. You get up to $500 worth of stock. I'm not sure how many stocks you get. They might be doing a bonus for Christmas. You get up to $500 worth of stock with Robinhood if you click the link right there. You join using my referral link. You get up to $500 worth of free stock. There's also, I'll do the very last one. You get up to $70 with Public. These are all the brokerages I use. There's a couple others that I use that I don't have listed here. Mainly TD Ameritrade. So there you go. If you're interested in that, Big Spark, looks interested. He's fallen asleep with all these plugs. But the markets are moving back up, I will say. The markets are looking good. Sundial, we're seeing some green. We may end up making a new high of the trading day. Getting a Webull account, says Rocky Mountain Gobblers. Yeah, I mean, if there ever were a time to do it, it's now with all those free stocks they're offering. There's never been a better time. And I believe I often get notifications from them saying something about buy this pre-IPO. I believe you can do it on Webull. So if you guys are interested in pre-IPO stocks, then that's a way to do it. But Sundial, it looks like we're very close. Just a couple of fractions of a cent away from making highs of the trading day. I think we can do it. We're really not that far off. Now, let's see. And Charles is signing up on Webull right now too. Nice. Yeah, it's a good deal. I mean, I've never seen a Christmas deal that good. That's 5 free stocks. Crazy stuff. So you can get some decent money with that. A lot of them are probably going to be worth like $4 or $5. But if you get lucky, it could be like $100, $200, $300 stock. I think the max you can get is $1,800. I think that might be Google. But I've not gotten to Google yet. I think that's a tough one. And Sub-Zero is signing up for Yoda and M1 right now. Yeah, those are both good ones. Really good. Yoda, if you guys have any money in a savings account, it ought to be in Yoda. You're getting a lot more interest there than most other places. And look at that. Sundial made the high of day. Look at that. That's awesome. Good to see. So Sundial making the high of day. DWAC continuing this move up above 50. AMC also making a high of day. And SPY is recovering well. So look at that. Oh, and Quaid tried to get a Webull but can't since you live in Canada. That is weird. I didn't know that Webull wasn't in Canada. Wow, it isn't yet available in Canada. Wow, look at that. That's crazy. That's crazy. Wow. That's crazy. So, let's see. Let me see this. That's crazy though that you can't get Webull in Canada. I never would have guessed. So, yeah, so look at this. So Rocky Mountain Gobbler says Webull worth the pre-IPO purchase. Yeah, take a peek at this. Webull partners with Click IPO to democratize access to IPOs and secondary public offerings to Webull clients. So, as of May 8th, 2019, Webull announced the partnership, and we pride ourselves in continually improving the platform, blah, 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 blah. So, they offer exclusively... Anyway, it looks like basically it's just saying they give you access to IPOs. All right, well, there you go. So I do get a lot of notifications. They definitely like to advertise the IPOs. I've turned those off just because they gave quite a few. There are a lot of stocks that IPO, and I'd rather just buy the ones that I hear about than have them notify me of every IPO that's going on. But there you go. So yeah, Quaid, that's too bad. Yeah, that's weird. I was unaware. I would have thought that Webull would be in Canada by now. I guess not, though. I guess it's mostly a U.S. thing. Weird. I mean, I'd have thought that would be one of the first places they'd want to expand to. Oh, well. That's too bad. Yeah, you got to wait a little bit. Got to wait a little bit more time. But look at that. Sundial maintaining its hold above 5% gain on the day. So that's really good. AMC up 7% on the day. Happy to see that. And DWAC barely red on the day. It's the only one that we're watching on these 4 charts that's actually red on the day. The S&P is up. So the S&P is up 0.76%. And notably, these small market cap stocks, the Russells, are up big. So the Russells is up 2.3%. And it looks like it might be coming back in a big way. We'll have to see. We had a little fake out rally right here before we dumped even more just a couple of days ago. But now it looks like we might be on the real rally up, the real Christmas rally. Hopefully we'll see the Russells start moving up right before 2022. Hopefully we'll see another January rally with the Russells and all of these small cap stocks. Gold is doing not too bad today. We're up 0.14% regarding where we closed yesterday, but we have been trending down a little bit. Silver's up a decent amount. Silver's doing pretty darn good. happy to see that. Silver is climbing again, and the dollar is remaining stagnant. It looks like the dollar's been moving up today, oddly enough. Oddly enough, the dollar is moving up today, so that's too bad to see. And the VIX is moving down. So interesting. And I say it's too bad to see about the dollar moving up because I'd prefer the dollar move down and gold move up. That would be what I would prefer to happen. I would prefer that gold move up a bit, and that gold and metals start becoming a little bit more valuable to reflect the potential inflation that we could be seeing in 2022. I think that would cause, if people started getting into these now, it would cause a little bit less damage in the long term if we have more of a hedge against it in the U.S. But, Squirrely B, look at that awesome buy on Sundial. Squirrely B got in Sundial yesterday at 58 cents. Look at that. So great buy on Sundial, especially considering where we are now. And look at that buy that I did on AMC right at the market open. That is a green position right now. We're up 8% on AMC. So good to see. Good to see AMC climb. And obviously, I would rather it have fallen a little bit and I could get even more for less. But we'll see what happens with it. We'll see what happens. NNDM may buy SSYS. I can't say I've heard of either of those companies. Nano Dimensions. Okay. Nano Dimensions, I've heard of that. So I've not heard of the other one, I don't think. SSYS? Stratasys. Interesting. I've not heard of those. They look... Nano Dimensions is an interesting one, though. I don't know too much about them, but I've heard of them before. So, DWAC holding pretty good above $50. I'm glad to see it. It's looking like we're fairly green. Let me pull up the market map for the day just to see what we're at. So, it's looking like we're pretty darn green. The financial sector is doing pretty good. Credit cards, insurance, banks. We're all doing pretty darn good. Asset management, yep, we're doing pretty good there as well. Big tech is a mixed bag. Microsoft, Apple, Nvidia, Intel, Tesla, all green. Amazon, Facebook, Google, Adobe, Oracle, a little more red, right? So Facebook and Amazon barely red, but Google, Adobe, Oracle, a little bit more red. Healthcare, not doing great. It looks like Pfizer is down 5%. Where's Moderna? Is Moderna on here? It doesn't look like they are. They're not big enough, it looks like. But Pfizer's down a decent amount. Merck is down. Software, semiconductors are a little bit of a mixed bag. Most of them are up, but a couple of them are down. A lot of the other industries like restaurants, footwear, real estate, energy, industrials, utilities, those are mostly green. So we're looking at a pretty good day. And Vivi says 3D printing. Yeah, I think that's Nano Dimensions, right? And Sub-Zero says AMC is really up to 32. Yeah, I mean, that is up. Oop. You spoke too soon, Sub-Zero. Look at that. As soon as you said it, we moved down closer to 31. Look at that. It's almost like they were watching the chat and they moved it down when you said that. I mean, I don't mind too much whichever way it goes. Either it goes up and I make money, or it goes down and I get more shares. So I understand either way it goes. I'm relatively happy with. And guys, something that we haven't done yet is beg for likes. So we've got 67 likes on the stream. We haven't even talked about it yet. We've got 67, so I do really appreciate everyone just getting in here and automatically clicking the like button. That's good to see. But we've got 67 likes. Let's see if we can get it maybe to 70. Maybe we can get 3 more likes on the stream. Maybe we can get it to 80 even. We might be able to do it. I bet a lot of you guys have already liked the stream if you've stuck around this long, is my guess. But we're already at 70. We're at 73 now. So maybe we can get it to 80. We'll see if we can do it. We're only 7 away. So we need a 10% increase in the likes. Maybe we can get a 10% increase in those. Maybe we can get a 10% increase over the next couple of days in some of these stocks like Sundial. It's up 5%, over 5% today. So maybe over the next couple of days we could get some 10% days. I mean, that's typically what you see when these smaller market cap stocks really start running, when people really start expecting legalization. That's what we saw towards January and February of last year. We were really seeing good stuff on Sundial. So maybe we'll see it again come 2022. Maybe that's the pattern. And we did it, guys. We got to 80 likes on the stream, or 78 likes on the stream. Whoops, I spoke too soon. We're only 2 away, though. So if anyone wants to help out, we're only 2 away from the goal. And Big Spark is praising me for some reason. I don't know what I've done to warrant that, but Big Spark is praising me. So, the S&P. The S&P took a tumble right when AMC did. It looks like very close to when AMC did, except AMC has been more resistant to it. But the S&P has seen some new lows of day potentially in just a couple of seconds here. We might see new lows of day. If we drop just a couple more cents, we might see it happen. Hopefully not. I would like the markets to start recovering in time for Christmas. I'd rather the markets be green, but that might not be the case. It looks like we're seeing a little bit of bearish pressure today. And now, it might be just there to scare people out. It looks like what's suffering the most, honestly, is tech. Tech is actually down on the day. They're down 0.02%. And the SPY is up 0.45%. And the Russells, the small cap stocks, are up almost 2%. In fact, at one point, they were up more than 2%. So we'll see if we can maintain that throughout the day. Hopefully, these don't take a turn for the worst. I really think that the small caps need to start moving back up. I think that the small caps are oftentimes the ones that have the most potential to grow quickly. I think it's a lot easier to take a company from a $400 million market cap to an $800 million market cap than to, say, take Apple from a $2.8 trillion to a $5.6 trillion market cap. I think that's pretty tough. I think at a certain point you start running out of room to grow into. Obviously, if there's inflation, then you can keep inflating the market caps dollar-wise, so that's something that could help out next year with some of those larger market cap companies. It could also help out with these smaller market cap companies. I mean, if there's extreme inflation, then maybe they're valued a couple multiples higher than where they are. We'll see. We'll see what happens. I mean, if you're paying for the big ideas that they're going to bring forward, then we really could be looking at much higher market caps for these companies as long as those big ideas go well. Like Nano Dimension, if they end up doing a lot of 3D printing and it becomes pretty profitable for them, we could see that one go up quite a bit. We could also see stuff like Sundial when they really start expansion into the US. We could see that really ramping up their stock price. And Max Pierce says Tesla is at its lowest in a long time. Yeah, below 900. Tesla tanking today. It's only down 0.5%, but just dropped below 900. We knew that would be a tough level for it. It looks like it struggled at that pretty much all of yesterday. If you look back, it was struggling with 900, bobbing up and down, up and down. We'll see. Maybe they can recover, but I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, I think Tesla needed to go down below 900. I think it needed to go down. So we'll potentially be seeing a much better valuation, a much better price on Tesla in the next coming days and weeks. We might see Tesla get down into the $700 or $800 levels. I mean, it's already in the 800s. We might see it go down to the 7s, maybe the 6s. I know some people will be excited to scoop up some Tesla after seeing that. So we'll see. I think a lot of this, unfortunately, is due to Elon selling. I think he's really succeeded in pushing Tesla down a decent amount with those sell orders, releasing quite a bit of Tesla onto the market, whereas he was holding a whole lot before. So, we'll see what happens with it. We'll see if he ends up buying back some Tesla next year after he pays his taxes. He's going to pay more taxes this year than any American in history, I will say. And Sub-Zero asks, will you stream a little longer tomorrow before you go? Potentially. Maybe. See, the thing is, streaming longer tomorrow, the thing is I've got to get ready to go tomorrow. So maybe. Probably not. Probably not. Probably won't happen, unfortunately. We'll probably, maybe. Maybe. We'll leave it, maybe we'll do an extra 5 minutes. How about that? 10:35 is when we'll end that one. But today, it is 10:30, so it's technically 10:29, but it's going to be 10:30 by the time we end it. So Vivi says, don't sell Tesla. Well, I'm not selling Tesla. If anything, I'm going to be buying up more Tesla in the next couple of days and weeks as it gets a little bit cheaper. So yeah, definitely not selling Tesla. I'm not really selling anything at this point. I've mostly done my tax loss harvesting. I'll be looking to get back into some things probably towards early January, maybe mid-January, once that 30-day period has gone up. So other than that, guys, that's what we've caught. If you don't make it for the stream tomorrow, then Merry Christmas in advance. Hopefully, y'all have a great Christmas. If you are making the stream tomorrow, then we'll say our goodbyes there. But I won't be here on Thursday. Probably won't be here on Monday either. I will be away for Christmas break. So that'll be the longest probably I've gone not uploading to the channel since starting it. So that'll be interesting to see. But you got to do it for Christmas. I'm going to be out of town. So hopefully you guys have a great holiday if you're not going to make it tomorrow. Other than that, guys, looking forward to tomorrow. Hopefully we'll continue this market greenness on Sundial that we've seen and AMC. So other than that, guys, have a good one. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.